technical stuff. I don't have a lot of time, but I promised Le Cherion Rogers, Le Cherion, I hope I'm getting the enunciation proper. I promised her, since she got a diesel Suburban, 3/4 ton, that I would show her how, on her 4-wheel drive Suburban, how to test the glow plugs. And she had asked me how to know what batteries to get. And I said, get the best ones you can for a diesel because they take lots of juice. And she asked how many cranking amps to get, and I said that a lot of people get real confused about cold cranking amps at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, at 70 degrees or 60 degrees. The more cold cranking amps a battery has, the better. It doesn't even matter if it's a 1-cylinder motorcycle engine. You can't overload a starter with cold cranking amps. It's just like, how good is the battery? The better the quality, the more cold cranking amps it has. It's not really a measure of the amps, it's just kind of like, how pretty is it? The prettier your girlfriend or boyfriend, the better, and the more likely they are to cheat because somebody else will find them pretty too. So, don't worry about that 1,000 cranking amps as far as burning anything up. It could be a million, a billion, a gazillion, doesn't matter. The more cold cranking amps a battery has, the better it is, no matter what engine you have, no matter what your application. This is 1,000. It's a Walmart Gold Top Ever Start, Never Start, made in Mexico, 3-year free replacement warranty. I've got 2 different ones. They change the label every couple of years. I also mentioned not to go with the side terminals. I've had it with them. The Walmarts are especially bad. They strip out. You tighten this little 5/16 bolt and the threads strip out. So I've gone to top terminal. They sell combos, top, side. On this side what I did is I put a bolt in and I tighten it with a nut. But you can't reach in the battery terminal with the wrench because the nut gets buried inside the plastic. So they're a friggin' pain in the butteroonski. I recommend going to top terminals. They sell these adapters for a couple of bucks each, or you can break off the ends of these and crimp on the connectors and use some shrink tubing. These connectors are relatively new, but they get corroded internally and you can't see it till you destroy it to look inside. Anyhow, moving on to testing glow plugs. I've got to be quick here. I've got someone coming to test my fire extinguishers. I'm going to move some junk around here. All kinds of crap all lined up, and then I get a phone call that the fire extinguisher guy is coming over. So, I'm going to give a quick demo on how to test glow plugs. And I have a glow plug box here. Somewhere I have a glow plug. Probably on the end of the battery cable, which fell through the hole in the firewall. Anyways, there's a glow plug. Looks like a miniature spark plug. And I'm going to put a dab of grease from my greased up vehicle on the end of the heating tip. And I'm going to attach a positive terminal of the battery. And you're going to watch this baby smoke and catch that RAV4 in the background on fire. Oops. See the smoke? That's how a glow plug works. And in 10 seconds, it reaches its full heat, gets red hot, and then burns out and expands and gets stuck inside the block. See that? Red hot? Anyways, they sell an improved glow plug that has a built-in safety switch, so you can't overheat it. And I don't have any of those. Go on eBay, and SS Diesel Service in is it Buffalo or Sloan, New York sells them. It's 100 different companies, and they all have their blurb about what works best. Look at that. It's burning hot. I want to set that on some metal so it'll catch the T-Rock on fire. The other thing I'm going to show you is the glow plug terminal is attached right there. There's a few of them. They are attached with green wires, just like the horn, same color, horn and glow plug. And they are attached, let's set the camera up here, my little tripod. They are attached with connectors that look just like this. Now, you can't get inside there to clean it, but you do want to because they get corroded. And what's inside? A little gizmo just like this. That's what's inside there. And this is what it looks like after a few years. Corroded. So I'm going to stop the camera and put it on macro. Alright, so there's a new one. And there's a used one. And the used one looks like junk. So get a little wire brush or some steel wool, but I recommend a little wire brush, and I have some. Get them at the flea markets or garage sales or wherever people have little wire brushes. To get that little connector out, you need really good eyes and a flashlight. You see a little tang there? That little lifted tang? That tang locks this wire connector, wire terminal end, into this piece of plastic, which is what's on the glow plugs unless they're burned off. And you got to figure out which side to stick the screwdriver in. And in this case, it's the side opposite the little loops that hold it onto the glow plug. You stick the screwdriver in very carefully, and whoop! It pushes down this little locking tab. Hey, emergency, emergency, somebody burned the toast. Oh man, trying to make a video. Yeah, there it goes. Alright, back to work. So, when you're done wire brushing, hang on, I'll get a wire brush. It's 2 o'clock and I've got my guy coming over right now to check my fire extinguishers. There's a little wire brush, brass one. They sell these at the dollar stores. You can buy 3 for $1. They sell plastic ones. You can use a toothbrush. What you do is you take the little wire brush and you do this until it's nice and bright. The glow plug is stainless steel, so it won't corrode. Then you bend up that little tab in the back slightly. Little tab right there. You bend it up just a wee bit, and you pop this thing back in, making sure it's correctly orientated. And listen to this. Well, wait, before I do that, I'm going to show you how this attaches to the glow plug. Right like that. And it's not a very good connection. Huh. Yep, I have the wrong connector for the glow plugs. Oh boy, nope, there we go. That one's nice and tight. Fits in real snug. See that? Now you can also take a pair of needle nose pliers and bend those little fingers over slightly to grasp the glow plug for a nice tight connection. Put a little dielectric grease on to promote conductivity. So I'm going to put this back together. Here is our little lock. It goes into the little track there. And listen. Clip. There we go. Slide that on a glow plug. Like that. And you've got a nice solid connection. And it could be corroded like hell, or it could be just like brand new. So I'm going to put all this junk away. Clip. Shrink tubing with glue. You can buy that at flea markets. Or maybe at Radio Shack and paid top dollar. But they had some at the Stowe flea market, but I didn't have enough money to buy some. The guy had it with meltable glue inside. Good stuff. It was $5 for 3 feet of good thick shrink tubing. How fast should a diesel crank? Take off the red wire on the fuel injection pump. See that red wire? That energizes the fuel pump. The one beside it's for the transmission. Don't worry about that. Take off this red wire, you press the release button, pop it off. Not much holds it on, there's not much juice goes through there. Take off the glow plugs so you don't burn them out. Let's crank this baby over and see what she sounds like. With no energy to the glow plugs or the injection pump. Crank her up! That's not the fastest cranking 6.2 I've ever heard. My Blazer takes that cake because I rebuilt the starter. This is a Napa rebuilt starter. How fast should it start? The faster it starts, the better. The less likely it is to burn up the solenoid and the starter. Glow plugs engaged. 10 seconds. See when she starts. Glow plug cycle a couple times. This glow plug relay could fail. That's $20. Wires could break off. Not a lot of current goes through here. There's a glow plug sender in the back. Somewhere over there. If you've watched enough of my videos, you've seen me tinker around with that. It goes into the coolant passage on the 84s and older, 85s, and on the 86 and newer, it goes on top of the block, not into the passage. So that's our lesson. Real quick. Warranted item. Wells Manufacturing glow plug. It's still warm. Thanks for looking.